Hi, I'm Alexandria Barker. I'm creator of Becoming an Empowered Empath. And today's topic is, are you attracting emotional abusers? You see, as empaths, as people pleasers, we're so programmed to make other people, we want other people to like us, and we want to help other people. And we're always working toward healing them, helping them be their very best selves. The side effect of that can be that there are people who will target empaths. They target us because they know we're very loving, tolerant people. And they know we'll put up with their crap. I heard a great analogy once. It was, if you were a mosquito, would you seek out the bull who's running and kicking up its heels and really frolicking, being very active, swishing things away with its tail? Or would you look for the very happy, pleasant, people-pleasing cow who was happily chewing their cud and who would let the mosquito basically suck on their blood? Because make no mistake about it, these people are drawing on your life force, your very energy. That's why they call them energy vampires. And it's a very apt term. Now, the problem with this is, especially as empaths, we've been so sensitive for so long, since our very early days in most cases. And so we've developed this pattern of just kind of going along and trying to make the other person happy and putting on our best little smiley face, and when we were young, being seen and not heard, and just going along. And then we enter that big, beautiful world out there, and there's a lot of people who will go, just what I'm looking for, right? And so it starts off, there's always this honeymoon period. And whether it's a love relationship or a friendship or even just a coworker, it starts off at, oh man, you get them. They appreciate you, they love you, you're really something special to them. And this feels really good to us. And so we soak it up and we just like, yeah, it's nice. This person really sees me and he really appreciates me, or she really appreciates me for who I really am. But the fact is, my beloved empaths, that is not the case. Because these people, these narcissists, they're really not capable. They are drawn to empaths because they themselves do not feel empathy. They're not capable of feeling love except for themselves. But they're really good at faking it. So they're really good at presenting their best to you initially. And then when things start to slide, once they've got you, it's like they reel you in. They're charming. They say what they know you want to hear. They know how to pretend to be empathic. The dangerous ones are the ones who on the outside look like they're doing amazing things in the world. But the people closest to them, they treat like shit. And I know that you know about these kinds of people. You can't even really share what they're like with you, because other people will, that can't be, because this person is amazing. You know, they do all this good work in the community, they help their neighbors, they're great at work, but they really are just looking for that emotional feedback for themselves to bolster themselves up more. And the people closest to them get the full brunt of their wrath, their strange narcissistic ways. Like, I was thinking of a way to lighten this up. You might be with a narcissist if you want to start recording those phone calls, because, or those conversations, because they're saying things and then they're denying them, or they're flipping it and they're saying that you actually said this. And you might be with a narcissist if they kind of become like your pen pal. You start writing these long, heartfelt letters to them so you can really get your feelings across, and there's no way they can't understand you. Well, they don't understand you because they don't want to understand you. They're not even going to read that. They don't hear you. But I hear you. I know what you're going through. I have walked that dark road myself, and I've come out on the other side. And I've found the ways to heal myself and to share these tips to help heal you. But I really want you to watch out for those red flags. And I think the most identifiable one that I like is when the words don't match the actions. If this person is telling you all the wonderful things they're going to do, but nothing ever changes, That's a big red flag right there. Another red flag is they tend to really rush relationships. They want to skip steps. So if you just met somebody and already they're giving you pet names, they're love bombing you like nobody's business because they want to lock you down. They want to reel you in. It's a game. It's a game to them. It's like they're fishing. They cast it, they reel you in. Next thing you know, you're flopping around in a bucket. Another analogy I like to think of is like a firefly. Because you have these bright lights. We're empaths. We have these bright lights. We're on this planet for a purpose. We're here to help bring the world to the next level of consciousness. That's why we wanted to be here. We just didn't know that our very sensitivity could be seen as a weakness. And personally, it took me a long time to learn that it is actually a strength. It's one of my greatest gifts. And that's why I created Becoming an Empath, an Empowered Empath, the Journey to Joy. So the journey to joy is not always just A to B. It takes a winding, meandering path. And the more you can surround yourself with loving, kind people, the quicker you're going to find your joy. But we also have to realize as empaths, we have to fill our own cup. We can't rely on other people to do that for us. As nice as it seems, if someone is like, oh, they're taking me out to dinner, they're buying me flowers, they're doing all these loving, kind things, and then the next thing you know, they're angry with you for something that has nothing to do with you, or they're completely distorting your words, or they're mad at you because you won't jump on board and criticize somebody else along with them, and you're left feeling like, well, what happened? What happened is you got a glimpse of their true colors. So you're like this beautiful firefly that they want to put in a jar. And it's kind of cool to have a firefly in a jar. They ping around, and they're bright, but they die. And your bright light needs to be nurtured, or it will be extinguished. I was so fortunate to have been working with a wonderful, she was a psychic, and she was very gifted at what she did, and she told me point blank what was happening. She could read my aura. She could see with her own eyes what was happening to my bright light, and it was becoming extinguished. And like she said, just imagine this dark, dirty thing covering you up, and you think you can do the work in the world that you're here to do and maintain that relationship, and you can't. And the more she talked, the more I realized that she was absolutely telling me my life story, my history, and she was telling me that it was time to take steps to get free. And I had already been trying to do that for years, so I knew it was true. But sometimes you just need to hear someone else say that to you. So if you're on the fence, if you feel like you really need to go, but then, you know, the minute you start to think that, that person changes their tune. They become loving and caring, and they're, oh, I didn't realize I haven't been appreciating you lately. And so they'll just draw on all of their resources to suck you back in. It's like a high-powered vacuum. You're sucked right back into that evil vortex. And it is evil. I mean, to me, I think if you lack compassion and empathy, those are the things that really make us human. So I think of these people as the dark soul people, the black hole people, because they will just keep drawing and drawing on your strengths until there's nothing left of you, and then you will be discarded, and they will be on to the next person. So don't let this be a pattern. I know even when you've been in a relationship, like this was true for me, I was in this for 31 years, and when I left it, I was still attracting emotional abusers into my life, just because it was who I was radiating out to people that, you know, it's like I had a big kick me sign on my back or something, you know, just by virtue of trying to be loving and caring and kind, I was setting myself up for more and more emotional abuse. So I'm not saying don't be kind. That's who we are, and it's who the universe needs us to be. But be kind, but be careful. You know, be kind, but be smart. Look at who they really are. Don't be dazzled by their charm. These people are often good looking, you know, it doesn't hurt to be, to have those things going for you. But really, when you look at the person themselves, they're not a good person. And you need to be free of them so that you can do your great work in the world. So if these words resonate with you, connect with me down below and let's book a discovery call to see if my programs are right for you, because this is what I do. You know, I've done the therapy, I've worked with professional therapists, and you might want to do that as well. But as a spiritual life coach, I can show you the keys. I can present you with the golden key to transform your life. And I can help you walk down that path, the path of transformation. It really is a big, beautiful world out there. And there's so many wonderful, kind, loving people. So you want to, you know, cast your net and let it fill up with those kinds of people and watch out for those red flags. I have much more I can share with you. So please connect below if my words are resonating with you. Once again, it's Alexandria Barker of alexandriabarker.com and creator of Becoming an Empowered Empath, The Journey to Joy. Big love. Bye for now.